gentle yoga. We're going to use a chair for support. Now the chair is optional. You don't have to use a chair. We're doing the standing exercises first, or the standing poses first. And the first few one we're going to start with is mountain pose. I'm working from mountain pose. So we're going to stand facing the chair and hold the chair back for support. Now you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It helps make you feel steady. So we're going to take the toes and spread out into the toes, and spread from the base of the big toe to the baby toe into the balls of the feet, and then placing your weight back towards your heels helps switch your abs in. So once your abs are switched on, we're then going to lift up through the pelvic floor. So we're lifting up through the base of the pelvis, keeping our knees nice and soft. Think of the spine being long and just keep the shoulders down. And we bring the arms down by the side if we can. It's like you've got an orange under your chin and a book on your head. This is the standing pose. It helps with stability, posture, and it is the base of all our standing poses. So we're going to do an upward salute, which stretches the sides of the arms. So I'm going to take the arms up. As we take the arms up, keep the shoulders down. And it's like we're going to press a ball between the palms of our hands. We're going to keep lifting up, so we're lifting right the way up to the crown of the head. This is called upward salute position. And we're going to just press that down the sides, coming back into Tadasana position, nice and tall. Now just let it go, and we'll come back again into position. So now again, coming into Tadasana position, weight into heels, arms down. We're going to take it into what we call a crescent moon position. So I'm going to lift my right arm, lengthen out through the right side, and then slowly just let my left side ease over. So my left fingers are going down towards the knee. And I feel a nice stretch down the right side of my body. I can turn my head to look up to that right arm. Breathe in now and breathe out and bring that arm down to the side. So I'm going to do it the other way, and I'm going to do it with a little bit of adaptation. So if you can't take your arm as high as this, then either place it onto the head or onto your shoulder. The other position you can do is by having your other arm to support. So we're just going to go over to the right and lift up from the elbow. So we look towards that elbow, and then come back in and bring the arm by the side. Now those that's a little bit more agile, from Tadasana position, we can go into the upward salute. Holding the hands, we go over, back to center, and over. Breathe in, breathe out, and press down. Okay, so now the next position we're going to do is what we call the chair position. So I'm going to hold the chair, stand a little bit away from it, and feet maybe just a little bit further, not too much. Weight into heels again. I'm going to keep the back nice and straight, keep the book on the head, and then sit back through the hips. So you're going to sit down into the chair. So we're sitting down into the chair. Now those that are able can place the hands onto the thighs, holding this chair position. Now those that are able more can bring the arms up a little bit higher and sit into this position. Now press yourself up and push down. So the chair can be done with the feet together in the traditional yoga pose, where it goes into heels. We sit back into it, nice and tall back, bring the arms up and press into position. Push up, and that sometimes is called mighty pose, the chair. This is warrior one. So I'm going to use the chair to help me, and I'm going to bring the feet about level with the chair. Step back with your right leg. So your left leg, the toes are still going to face forwards, and your knee is directly over your ankle. The toe on the right are slightly angled out, and press back down into that right leg. Keep your hips and shoulders facing the chair. Bring your arms away and bring your weight back. So notice I'm not pushing into that front knee. Pull your abs in and tuck your tailbone under to stop arching to your back. Push back down into that right heel at the back. So now all those muscles are engaged. We bring the arms up into the absolute position, nice and tall. Obviously, if you can't do that, if you just bring your arms to here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the right arm down and place onto the right leg. Look towards that left arm and press upwards. Slightly turn your palm towards the wall behind you and start to walk down that right leg. Keep your abs pulled in. And you should feel a lovely stretch down your left side. So bringing it down, hand on, bring the hand back. So that's a reclined warrior one. So we're going to do it all on the other side. So we step back with the left leg. Now if you need to, you take a wider base. And the other thing you can do is just turn your toe round a little bit so that your knee is in the direction of your toes. And it should be over your ankle. Hips and shoulders facing forwards. Push back down into that right leg, bring your arms away from the chair if you can. So if you wanted to, you could just stay with your hands onto the chair. Tuck your tailbone under, pull your abs in. Lift up through the back of the neck, bring your arms into that position here, remembering you can be wider here. So arms up. Focus now towards your thumbs if you're able, but keep the back of the neck nice and long. Lovely. Taking your left hand to your left leg, use your right arm, ease up, press through and just start to walk back into it. Pushing back, we're in reclined warrior. Bring your hand back down, hand in, toe in, step in. So that's poses. We've just done asana 1 or warrior 1. Now we're going to do wide mountain position and asana 2, so the warrior 2. And we're going into what we call the right angle pose 2. So we're going to bring the legs a little bit wider now, so you can use the chair on the support side. Now your toes can be slightly turned away. You don't have to have them straight forwards. But place the weight into your heels again and slightly inwards, so you're engaging into these inner thighs. Lifting up from the base of your pelvis. Okay, so pulling here, just the same as before, like if you split yourself in half, each side will be exactly the same. We're going to bring the right arm up, so it's level with the shoulder. And then we're going to bring the left arm in place as well. So keeping in that position, just turn your palms upwards to face up to the ceiling. And it's like you've got 2 heavy weights into your hands and you're pushing your fingers to the outer sides. And you're lifting up through the base of your pelvis. So lift up, lift those pelvic floor muscles in. Lovely. So temporarily place the arms down and we're going to the warrior two position. So we're going to now turn our left toes to face the chair. Bend the knee so it's level with the ankle. Lift the right heel and turn it out towards the right. Tuck the tailbone in and keep wide, sometimes called the wide warrior pose. So once again, we bring that right arm up, shoulders down, neck nice and long. Lovely. Now, turn the head to look down towards your left arm. Lift up through the back of the neck. Push your fingers away from each other and tuck your tailbone under so you're not arching to your back. And we're in warrior two pose. Hand onto the chair. Lift that right arm up. Extension through the right side of your body. So we're now going to try a little bit further, placing the left hand onto the thigh. And then seeing if we can bring the forearm onto the thigh. Watch that left knee don't turn in. You'll start to feel a real stretch down your right side. So those that are able can come a little bit further into this. Keep a nice straight side stretch. Okay, let's come back to centre. Bring the hand back, bring the feet back, and step in. I'm going to do it all the other way, so that means I'm going to turn my back. So take the feet out. Toes slightly apart. Tailbone tucked under, through the back of the neck. Hands away if you wish, or bring that arm forward first, and then that arm. Now turn the palms up, and this time you're going to lift up into the 5-star position, and it's like you're pulling out from all those 5 points, your head, your fingers, your toes and feet, and pull up through that pelvic floor. Lovely. So bringing the arms down temporarily. Turn the right toes towards the chair and bend the knee. Lift the left heel, turn it slightly out. Keep facing the way you are. Nice and tall, tailbone tucked under. Watch that knee's not turning in. Lovely. So, left arm in place. Turn the head, right arm in place. Strong position of warrior two. Tuck the tailbone in, pull into the abs. And we're in warrior two. Hand on the chair, left hand comes up. Remember, you can place the hand here, start to ease over. Hand can be on the thigh. Watch that knee is not pushing in, a little bit further. And if you're able, a little bit further. If you can't place the hand there, try placing it here. Bringing it back in, and on chair, toes forward, nice and tall. And we step in.